Welcome to Must In-Laws Be Outlaws, the podcast that proves not every in-law story must end in drama.
We didn't always get along. In fact, sometimes we could barely understand each other.
Now, we're best friends.
Join
mother-in-law
Lucette Bloomgarden
and daughter-in-law Cathy Reva Bloomgarden
as we laugh,
learn, and talk honestly about relationships, family, conflict, connection, and everything in between. Because sometimes the people who challenge us the most
can teach us the most. We like to lighten the mood up a little bit. We like to lighten each episode up because sometimes the topics get heavy, but we like to make it a little more fun. But you're obviously the better joke teller. I'm really, if you watch the episodes, please go back and watch the episodes. I'm really not great at telling jokes. Please take it away.
Okay. This is a man, he's saying, my mother-in-law fell down a wishing well. I never knew they worked.
Okay, so that is the typical response we get when we talk about mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws and some in-laws in general. But we are here to break the stereotype. Mother-in-laws are awesome, daughter-in-laws are great, and we give you hope. So with that, what's on your mind, Lucette? We like to just jump in.
Well, I've had a lot on my mind right now. I'm publishing my second novel. It's actually an adventure thriller, murder mystery. It's very exciting. It's called Therapist, not The Therapist, and each of the letters of therapist are separated. And you'll see when you do get the book.
So excited for that.
One of the blurbs that'll be on the back cover says, it's not just a story, it might be a future.
Intriguing.
Yeah.
All right, when is this going to come out? We hope October? Does it get Christmas?
No, I hope long before that. I hope it will be by the end of September, the latest. I'm hoping. We'll see what happens.
It'll be in someone's Christmas stocking or your Thanksgiving table.
Right. It's a lot of fun to write the book. It's not as much fun to publish the book.
But it's exciting. I'm really proud of you. I mean, this is an accomplishment. This is your second book, and it's not. I've never written a book, so I can't imagine. But our guest has written a book. But I can't wait to read it. And you're just a great writer, and I'm excited to see it.
But now you should introduce David, because I already jumped the gun accidentally.
Well, we're so happy to have David Monn here today. He is a world-renowned event planner, and he's an author of The Art of Celebrating. He's also done events that you've probably seen on TV. You've definitely seen the Met Gala and the events from the White House. But what I love him for is that he elevates beauty into an art form. And he brings that into our life, and he makes it available for all of us to live better. So with that, welcome, my friend, David Monn.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
We are so
special.
happy that you're here. Really, it's just I have not seen him in years and years and years, and the son of a gun hasn't changed a bit.
He gets younger.
I don't have a painting in the attic either.
in the basement.
Right. Can I just say, I am so proud of what you're doing, and I know your journey, and this is really it's profound. And like anything, no effort gets no results. Without effort there are no results. And this, I know there was effort for a family, and this is incredible. And to be able to share this and impart this to other people and have other people learn and grow is God, isn't that what we're here to be doing? Yeah.
Very nicely said, and I appreciate what he said totally, and I'm sure you feel the same way.
Yeah, David was here in the beginning. I don't even think I was married to Mark yet.
No, you were not.
I wasn't even married.
No. You didn't even have a mother-in-law yet.
I didn't have a mother-in-law. I didn't. So you've been there. You really have seen the journey.
It's true.
Been in the sidecar.
We have such a good time together. I mean,
it's true. This is such a pleasure.
Yeah.
And we've taken trips together and family trips, and I'm so grateful because I adore my daughter-in-law, but I love that we're also the gestalt of the whole family, and that's what really makes a difference to me. And thank you for noticing. It really makes a difference.
Yeah, thank you. So we are thrilled to have you here, but we have a lot of brides who have written in, and one of the things that we do is we offer the audience a chance to have their voices to be heard. And they have questions like when they're getting married, because you've done so many weddings that are so beautiful, when people are getting married, that seems to be invitation for conflict. And we want to help give people tools so they can navigate that better. So if there's anything you want to share on your life experience or anything that you might,
If I may jump in,
yeah.
What I'd like to ask you at first is, what is the most bizarre situation, don't mention any names, that you were dealing with, and how was it resolved?
Wow, that's a really great question. First, when you're doing a wedding, and what we do is we don't just do the decor and pretty part of it. We are part of every little detail from the very, very beginning to the end. So you become very intimate with people.
Yeah.
And you are part of someone's fabric that's a little bit behind the veil that they do not ever really want to be seen, but you have to be. I would say one of the most difficult was it had two things going on at one time. It had a prenup that was very difficult and not getting resolved, and literally hours before.
Oh boy!
And then. This isn't quite to the to the in-law part, but it actually had a moment because the bride was hysterical, and we thought it was because this was falling apart literally as here comes we're about to open the doors and the bridesmaids walking in, and it turns out that she was hysterical because her best friend had her maid of honor had her phone, and there were some people in the audience that were a bit notable, and this was early in the days of cell phones and social media, and that somebody in the audience, a guest, had posted already the ceremony decor before she had actually even gone down the aisle.
Oh.
And it literally was the meltdown of all meltdowns. I mean, she was like, how could someone do this? I haven't even seen it yet. It was kind of an unbelievable situation. Yeah, it was pretty horrible. And interestingly enough, the mother-in-law was the one who brought calm. The future mother-in-law was the one who brought calm into this.
I like this.
Because the mother absolutely went apoplectic, thinking that it was this other prenup situation that was pretty brutal, to say the least. Yeah. So there you go. That's what's pretty bizarre.
Okay. Now let me just ask you: how did you bring the calm?
She she didn't get hysterical. She was like, we can stop all this right now. You don't have to do any of this, and we can take as long as you want. The mother absolutely was, sure. Which is a very funny thing, because I wanted to sort of start back and say to every bride, I've been doing this for many, many, many years, and every bride actually doesn't like to hear this when I tell them this, but the wedding is always about the mother.
Oh, isn't that
It's always about the mother.
That's
interesting.
I bet you'd like that.
So
I know I'm not the mother of the bride.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not about.
I like what he said? I like what he said.
So it's very interesting, because then there's a dynamic that starts to happen, and there's all kinds of things. But she brought calm to it all, and then it was absolutely, it resolved itself after about another 20 minutes, and everybody was calm, and there we, and it went on. But,
this is all about relationships, and it doesn't have to be mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, or in-laws at all. And in your opinion, what would you advise anyone in any relationship to make a priority?
So, and it's a very hard thing to say, and it's even harder to do, but it is crucial. It is 101. If you don't have this in your spirit, you will absolutely set yourself up for hardships, and that is be willing to compromise.
We were just talking about that.
And
Yeah.
that doesn't
And
mean
you-
you're
and
giving
you're not-
up something. It means that you
Oh,
are.
please say that again.
Yeah,
That's
it does
so
not mean you're
important.
giving up something.
Right.
It means that you're choosing something else. And
Very good
a
point.
wedding
What's
is,
an example of that?
Well-
Choosing something else.
look, what's amazing about a wedding, okay? Every girl has dreamed about her wedding from the time she's had a little doll to dress it up and play, as has every mother dreamed about seeing her daughter and planning her daughter's
Very
wedding.
true. Very true.
So you have that very, very strong dynamic. You also have a dynamic in there that as we mature, we think we're better at it, but we don't. And mother-daughter relationships are always complicated. Even when we say we love each other, they're complicated. They have differences because we are no two the same people, right? And then you have something that becomes very, very complicated, or not complicated, becomes very we don't see each other. And maybe this is what's an important thing to do when I would say in compromise is see something from the other person's side if you can.
That's very hard to do.
It's very hard. But every boy has a mother. And every mother's boy is his mother's is her boy. Okay.
As
And
the
so-
mother of three sons,
Yes.
I cannot agree with you
It
more.
is the same thing, I would say this to the brides. It's the same thing, which kind of feels good that when you're dating a boy and your dad says, I want to meet this guy because your dad is going to give the once over and make sure he knows who's doing who's in charge here, is that same sort of thing on the reverse for a mother and her son.
That's a good way to put it.
And of course it is. We don't think it's as tender as a man protecting
you're
a
right.
girl, but
You're
a
right.
mother is.
Yeah.
So that father-daughter relationship is the same that a mother-son has. And so when a bride is moving in, a young girl, even if you've known each other for years, there's just something else that happens.
So does the son facilitate that meeting? Like,
Well,
what-
that's one thing I would like to say to all of your brides out there.
yeah.
We should always make something better in life. Don't ever put your son in the middle, your fiance in the middle of his mother. Don't put him in the middle of you.
It's a big mistake.
Because there will be no one winning in that.
That's right.
I mean, you will win because he loves you. He wants to marry you. But there will be a loss that happens there with his mother that will then rear itself at another time, and not necessarily in some big dramatic thing, but there will be there's always every boy loves their mother.
That's right.
And you don't want someone to
Denigrate your mother.
yeah.
No.
In
But
any other
just
way.
like you have like the dad who, like, the daughter usually brings the boyfriend home and introduces the dad to the boyfriend. Does that reciprocity happen with the son? Should bring the
It never does because it's
maybe
like
we should institute. Let's change that.
Well,
maybe
I
that
think
would be
it's,
good.
I think it's a great idea.
Because we met, by the way. I don't know if you remember this. Like, I wasn't supposed to meet you.
No, I remember that
Like,
very well.
You weren't supposed to be home when I was at your house, and it was not great. Like, that was not the first time. That was not how I wanted to meet you at all. Do you remember?
I totally.
I was so
the
mortified.
van?
Husband, take note. Like, do not have this happen to your bride.
You remember the van?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. My husband was on something called MTV Spring Break, and he was a director or a camera person at the time. And they were traveling around in Winnebago, and they went all up and down the East Coast, starting in Miami all the way up to Martha's Vineyard. And they made a stop in New York. So I was dating him at the time and took the train to Great Neck to see you all, or to see him. And the Winnebago was there. So I've been, rest assured, I've been dating him for maybe a month or so, early in the relationship, maybe 2 months. And I was assured that there's no way the parents are home. This is just the MTV crowd. Just come casual. You'll be fine.
And she came casually.
I'm wearing
right?
a swimsuit and a cover-up. This is not how you want to meet your mother, your future mother. Now, we didn't know at that time she was going to be my future mother-in-law, but I mean,
Anybody.
Mortified. Can I just tell you, like, mortified. You weren't supposed to be home.
We kept hearing about this Cathy person. We kept hearing, not from her husband, not from her, my son, but his brothers, their friends. We kept hearing, Mark's dating this girl, Cathy. Who's Cathy? Who's Cathy? How serious is it? We didn't know. We didn't know we were going to meet her. She didn't know she was going to meet us.
So anyway, it worked out. But in the future, I would like to suggest sons plan a meeting with the mother-in-law, just like a daughter plans a meeting with her dad.
I think it's always nice. I mean, there's that dinner that,
I don't know if I agree with either one of you.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why.
Shocker.
Once you start creating a meeting, it already encompasses a lot of different things. Everybody gets a little nervous. Yeah. Everybody, should I wear my good clothes? Should I wear my jewelry? Should I not wear my jewelry? Should I be polite? Should I? The way we met actually was healthy. It was spontaneous. She doesn't think so. To this day, see? Let it go.
Traumatized.
I cannot remember when I met my in-laws at all. I think, but it
wasn't in a swimsuit in a Winnebago.
It was your swimsuit. But the bottom line here is, and we talked about it in one of the other episodes, is we need to learn how to manage expectations.
Oh, that's a great phrase. I mean, Cathy, that was a phrase from you from 20 years ago. Managed expectations.
That's right.
It's hard to do.
And we don't do that.
Yeah, it's hard
That's
to do.
the problem. We think we do that, but we don't do that.
Yeah.
I wanted to comment on your last statement because I think it warrants it. I don't know how many of you will remember what he said, but you could rewind because it was very profound. I really was very touched by what you said. And we've interviewed a lot of people, and everybody says something meaningful. Yours resonated, at least with me, and I imagine with you as well. It was so meaningful.
Repeat back what he said.
Well, what did you say? You say it better than I would say it.
Well, I mean, I do believe that compromise is never giving up something, but gaining something in the end. And the complexity of bringing people together will be a life journey. It's not just the two of you at one time. And we can, that first part of coming together, and it's all about us, it's all about, there's sort of this individual thing, but we're never any one person. We are part of a bigger we. And it's hard. And to every bride that's listening to this, I know, you please trust that you will be the most important person on your wedding day. That is already written in the stone. But that everybody else feels equally there and participating and heard is really important, but it's your job or it won't happen.
How many
That's really wise.
weddings?
Wait, and I just want to just that, like you just said the most important word, which is hard, trust.
Trust.
The bride has to trust that she will be the most important person on her wedding day. And I felt that, by the way, on my wedding day. And trust is I think for me, trust was a really hard thing to believe that could be true. So I had people like you in my corner who, encouraged me and talked me off ledges. And I think it's important to surround yourself with people who support you so you feel that trust. Yeah.
And, I think in the process, we do something today very, very differently. I mean, even in the 20 some odd years that I've been doing this, weddings have changed. It used to be that a family, two families got together, a couple, the two families were the people that got to meet each other and the couple was just the guests, and now it's entirely changed. We have 3-day excursions. We have all kinds of different things. We have bachelorettes and all those sorts of things. And I think what that's also done is really, really, the traditional sort of weddings were that the groom's family hosted rehearsal, and the bride's family took all the rest of it. And it's all very different today. I mean, we have families that the groom's families, take care of everything because there's all kinds of different economic situations in the world today. But I do think it's important, and we can make this different today. And I've seen it, and we've done it, where the groom's families are much more involved in other parts of these things. They're not just it's just not the bride's family doing these things. So whether it's the shower, or which is typically the girls, but maybe it's we've recently done one where it was entirely the future mother-in-law, who did the shower, and it was her part, and there was an engagement, and it's sort of an announcement engagement party that was all done by the groom, and it happened to have been in the South, so it was very traditional to have done that, and it was for them to bring and introduce friends and families and all those things together. But I think, again, today, if the bride is thinking more about how to incorporate everybody in their own way without feeling that she's going to lose herself, because she will never. That's not going to happen.
Inclusivity is a big deal.
That's very interesting that you're saying that, because the bride still is insecure.
Yeah.
No matter how confident she's about whatever she does, her career, whatever, she's now entering into a new family.
Yeah.
And she wants desperately to be a part of it if she likes the family. And there's that level of insecurity. I have to say, in regard to Mark and Cathy, that I don't even know if you remember what you did, but you included David and me, not this David, my husband David, in that when you were choosing a venue, you would send me videos of the venue to say, well, what do you think? Do you think this place is good?
Yeah.
See, I knew you didn't remember that.
I didn't remember that, no. But.
And
that's right. You actually went on an excursion, and you found some venues for us.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
I do remember this.
Yeah. Well, that for me was wonderful. I felt so good about it.
I mean, here you are, 20, how many years? 20?
25?
How many years have you been married?
22.
Yes. So here you are, 20 some years later, and you're remembering that. 25,
like all in.
Admit, it was so meaningful.
I mean, doesn't that just tell you?
The other thing she
the
did,
powerful part of it?
that I thought, and this is, all brides should take this into consideration. She invited me to go with her when she was trying on wedding gowns.
Oh, yeah. That's lovely. That's a very lovely thing to do.
I loved it. Do you remember?
Yeah, that was fun.
I mean, I could cry now thinking about it, because I didn't expect anything.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect. And when she did, I was so excited. I was so thrilled to be part of it, because I don't have daughters.
Yes. Oh, there, of course.
So,
yeah.
And so these...
That's important. I'm sorry to interrupt, but that's an important thing for a bride to think about. Who's the other families? You just said something that's really... I don't think I've ever really registered to have that be in someone's thinking. But you don't have a daughter. Every mother wants to dream of dressing their little girl up for a wedding, and you didn't.
My sons never let me buy them black patent leather Mary Janes. That was my big
You never got to do a prom dress.
No.
Well, I mean, today maybe you could, but I mean, it's a whole new era of thinking. But possibly, the world's a much broader, bigger world today. But yes, I think that's an important.
Is that a euphemism?
And now you have a granddaughter who you do get to buy Mary Jane.
Oh,
so it all works out.
I love it. Worked out better than I ever could expect it. I mean, I'm grateful for my entire family. I'm very fortunate. I have a wonderful family, and I have really good daughters-in-law. This one, I mean,
it's a work in progress.
No, but I want you to tell the audience approximately how many weddings you think you've participated in.
Oh, my.
I don't know.
A lot.
Oh, hundreds.
Okay. He's an authority. We've got to recognize that. That's why I wanted you to
100.
say it, because they could say, so how many weddings did he participate in?
Hundreds, truly hundreds. And you know what's amazing? They're all in their core the same.
I knew you were going to say
as I started in the beginning, this is probably the single most tenuous part of every family's relationship. I always, I sort of equate it to like a couple, an older couple when they go to renovate a house. You say, if you can make it through a house renovation, your marriage will live.
True.
Okay. I think it's the same thing. Families making it through a wedding,
It's tough.
then it's something that can happen. I wanted to share something with you because I think about this with you too. And you said something, and years ago, again, my theory, but it's worked in my life, very important, or very much so. And that we confuse two words. We confuse love and like. And we actually give them a different rating. Love is the great. Like is the, and I think they're mixed. I think they're very different. I believe love is a fluid emotion. It involves the heart. It involves empathy and all sorts of other parts to it. And there are times in a couple's life. I mean, I think one of the most profound things I ever saw was a Barbara Walters special with Joanne Woodward and Paul Newman, and it was a Valentine thing, and she was asking them sort of in the dating game kind of way, what was the secret to their lifelong love affair? He answers it, well, every single morning I wake up and just the sight of her puts a smile on my face. And there is always some point during the day, she makes me laugh. It's a nice thing, kind of macho-y a bit. She answers, and it was funny because they did them separately and they bring them back together to see how they answer them.
Like the dating
Yeah,
game.
it was like the dating. And she brings him back to her. She says to her, what did she think was the lifelong secret to this lifelong love affair? And she stared for a moment, and she looked down, and then she looked girl to girl in her eye, in Barbara's eyes, and she said, because we never fell out of love at the same time. Now, when we say we never fell out of love at the same time, and most would hear
That's
that as
true.
something wrong. I don't believe it's wrong. I believe that is life. It's fluid. We go up and we go down. And if we're both down at the same time, we're in trouble, right?
Right.
So for me, I think what we learn in life, the things that can make life live long, are what do we like? If we like someone and we like something, our compass is placed in the direction that our compasses meet, where we're both seeing the same things. We have the same or like to values and respect and all those things. That doesn't go up and down. That's steadfast.
You're saying in like.
When you like someone.
So you say when you like someone.
You can live a lifetime by liking
That's
someone.
I have to give that a little bit of thought.
I think that the thing with the two of you that I've
That's
seen
true.
is the two of you have come to know that you like each other.
It's true. It's true. We've come to respect each other, and a great love has formed.
but that's
like
right.
and respect can be the same.
Respect
They are-
is
yeah, I
key. I think that's uppermost
And
to
that
any
is,
relationship.
but that comes out of the category of liking, because you share.
I get that.
You fit a common ground that you believe in.
So you're
You respect
basically saying that love is emotional, but like is more cerebral.
entirely. And liking,
And love is from the heart.
liking
right?
will
And
last
that-
a lifetime.
And sometimes it expands and contracts, just like in
Of
life. You have a
course.
heartbeat.
Just the way the heart goes.
Yeah.
That's the
I love that.
yeah.
And I can't believe we have 2 pages of questions we didn't get to, and we're already out of time.
Well, before we do anything, David, I know Cathy feels that way about you, but now I do too. Will you come back another time?
I would be honored and overjoyed.
Thank you so much.
And are there any last tips that you think that you didn't get to talk about that would help a bride navigate better in-law relationships?
I would say life is very long, and
No.
life is long. So never make something the only thing. Leave
good
options
advice.
open for all things.
Oh, I like that. That's really
Yeah.
good. That's what we have to tell ourselves all the time. You're
Yeah.
going to make me cry. Seriously, it really hitting me. I want you to know that we have bullet points or tools, I like to call them tools, that we recommend to people, how to deal with difficult things. And we have 4. And now we have 5, and the 5th one is compromise, because I just added compromise.
Oh, that's
to
great.
it.
So go ahead and tell them the
Okay.
first.
Number 1 is you have to start with respect. You have to respect each other. If you don't respect, whether it's a partner, a husband, a wife, a sister, a brother, I don't care. I don't care who it is. If you don't have a respect for them and they you, it ain't going to work.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah. Number 2 is, and this is key, don't react. Don't react. That when we do that, we mess up everything. Only act, which means give yourself time to think about it. A little bit of time will make a whole big difference. Number 3, think about, is this what I want? The results from my reaction, is this what I want? And if you don't want it, then don't do it. Number 4, how should I approach this? And then if I've approached it the wrong way, don't be afraid to repair it. And number 5, say it. Compromise. Compromise is not a dirty word.
Those are beautiful, and they're very fundamental. They're sort of granite cornerstones, actually.
Thank you.
They really, really are. Yeah. I love number 4 because there is where, I've always lived with a phrase, never regret, only redo. And because I think regret is a very, I think we punish our heart with regretting. And, we've all made mistakes. And unfortunately, we're going to continue to make them. That's part of the human condition. And I think that's part of the process of why we're here, is to do them, to do better.
I think so.
But, regretting them is wrong. I think, knowing what brought you there, owning it, and then redoing is important. And that takes a lot of strength. But I can tell you, I've done it in my life when I have been wrong. And that's, I'd like to say it's not very often, but it's probably more often than it should be. There is something that happens not just in the other person, but there's something that I get in it.
Yeah,
I get a
benefit
freedom
as well.
I get a freedom of my heart, my soul.
David, I knew you would be a good guest. I just didn't know how good a guest you would be. And also, just to give you a little plug, I saw the book that you did. You guys have, if you don't want to buy it, you don't have to buy it.
It's called The Art of
But
Celebrating.
it's a real good cocktail table book. It is gorgeous, and it gives you phenomenal ideas on how to create whatever party it is you want. I was
Thank you.
very, very
Thank you.
impressed by it.
And David brings
And soon to have
curiosity,
volume
creativity.
2.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's so much to catch up on. Okay, so we always end our podcast with who gets the last word, but we're running over, and we do want to hear from you. And this is the opportunity. We usually read your questions out loud. We're going to do that in a sidebar, so pay attention to our social media channels. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and we're at Must In-Laws, Be Outlaws. And you can also find us everywhere you get Spot podcasts. So that's Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. So please review, like, and comment. It means so much, and we'd love to keep coming into your home and giving you all this information. So please reach out to us with your questions. We have guests on based on your burning desire to know, and we bring all that to you often. Thank you.